Kumusta mga exile? Kimros here. Welcome to another episode of my budget build guide. And today I'm gonna talk about my Blade Flurry Poison Assassin. Blade Flurry is a channeling melee skill, and it has a good amount of range or AoE. And with this, you attack the enemy very rapidly. And while you channel, you will gain stages, and each stage you will deal 20% more damage with hits and ailments. And you can have a maximum of 6 stages. So in total, you can have 120% more damage with hits and ailments. And because of that, I thought of making a poison build, and this is the result. So to begin this guide, first I'm gonna talk about my gears. So for the unique items, first is this Hyries Truth Jade Amulet, which gives me level 22 precision skill. And precision gives you lots of accuracy and crit chance. And this amulet also gives you 50% less mana reservation with precision. So thanks to this amulet, you can fit all of your auras in your mana. And I anointed this amulet with ambidexterity, which gives me increased attack damage with main hand, increased attack speed with offhand, and increased damage with ailments while dual wielding. And for this, you're gonna need Amber Oil, Azuri Oil, and Black Oil. Another unique item is this Embalmer Carnal Mitts, which gives me chaos damage, maximum life, chaos resistance, and increased poison duration. For my rare items like helmet, body armor, belt, rings, and boots, just look for high life and resistances, and some strength as well for your gem requirements. And for the weapon, you can either use sword or claw, sword, or dagger. I think with daggers you can deal more damage, but I'm using claws because of this life gain per hit, which gives me more survivability. And just look for this 60% chance for poison inflicted with this weapon to deal 100% more damage. Now, this is the most important mod in your weapon, and this kind of weapon can be very expensive, but you can definitely find cheap weapons like mine. Just don't go crazy about the explicits. Maybe you can just look for some attack speed and maybe some increased poison damage. Also look for an open prefix so you can craft this chaos damage over time multiplier. But if you have some currency to spend, you can buy a weapon with high physical damage, higher attack speed, damage over time multiplier, and crit multiplier. And yeah, I think that's all of my gears. And for the flask, I'm using Sulfur Flask of Acceleration, which increased my damage and increased attack speed during flask effect. Silver Flask, which gives me Onslaught buff. Corralito's Signature, which gives me perfect agony during flask effect and increased duration of poison. And lastly is Atsiri's Promise, which gives me extra chaos damage and life leech. And for the gem setups on my body armor, I'm using Blade Flurry with Withering Touch, Fortify, Deadly Ailments, Unbound Ailments, and added chaos damage. On my boots, I'm using Blood Rage, Val Haste, Val Blight, and increased duration. On my gloves, I'm using Vortex with Hex Touch, Despair, and Temporal Chains. On my weapon, I'm using Plague Bearer, Ancestral Protector, and multiple totems. On my helmet, I'm using Herald of Agony, Malevolence, Dash, and Second Wind. On my other weapon, I'm using Cast when damage is taken, Immortal Call, and Summon Ice Golem. And for the Pantheon, I'm using Soul of the Brine King for the 2-second stun immunity, and Soul of Garokan for more chance to dodge attack hits and increased movement speed. Now for the Ascendancy, I'm using Noxious Strike and Toxic Delivery, which basically gives you more poison damage, and this Opportunistic, which basically gives you more damage during boss fights. And lastly, this Mistwalker, which gives you Elusive buff, and Elusive gives you more chance to dodge attack and spell hits and increase movement speed. And for the skill tree, just get those chaos nodes here and here. This increased damage over time nodes here, poison nodes here, here, and here. These poison fangs, you can only get this node if you're using claw weapons, but if you're using sword weapons, you can get these nodes here and here. If you're using daggers, you can get this node here, here, and here. And I also took this node, Whisper of Doom, which gives me an additional curse. I took this Perfect Agony, which basically gives you more poison damage. And I know I already have Perfect Agony with this Corralitos signature, but I only took this just in case I ran out of flash charges. And I also took this Acrobatics and Face Acrobatics for more chance to dodge attack and spell hits. More poison damage here. And this Wind Dancer, which basically gives you more defense. This Dazzling Strike, which gives you accuracy and crit chance against blind enemies, and gives you 10% chance to blind enemies on hit with attacks. Now 10% doesn't seem that much, but since Blade Flurry attacks the enemy very rapidly, you basically blind them 100%. And oh, I also forgot to mention that I'm using a Gemini Claw, which gives me 14 mana gained for each enemy hit by attacks, which basically solved my mana problem. But you don't have to get this kind of weapon, this Gemini Claw. You can just get this Life and Mana Leech, which gives you Mana Leech. And yeah, I think that's all I can say about this build. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Stay safe mga exile at magkita na lang tayo sa susunod na video.